Hi guys, this is Carrie with Fullerton Professional Organizing, and today I'm going to talk to you about resetting your home. One of those situations where, if you work from home or you work full time or you have kids and your home just you weren't able to maintain it, so it is now kind of a mess and you can't concentrate on your work, you know, and your creativity, all the things that you do at home when you're working from home or whatever you do, all of that energy can be zapped out if your home is a mess and you need to go in and do a complete reset, as we call it in the 2022. The new term is reset. So let's go ahead and find out. I have been reading some ideas from Kayse Pratt, how she resets her home in 2 days. And she shares how physical clutter also causes mental clutter, which decreases productivity. She will teach us how to do a complete reset of our home in just 2 days. Yeah, she works from home. She's a blogger, and she says that when her house is a mess, it really hinders her creativity. The goal is not to deep clean every inch of your home on this reset. The purpose is to bring functionality back to your space, focusing on the big picture, not the tiny details. This reset is for, visual clutter. It's not the deep decluttering and organizing session. She says, I cannot function very well in a place that feels chaotic. I know that getting my space in order actually helps me clear that mental clutter. Then I'm able to get so much more done. And isn't that the truth? She says, this may be best done on a weekend when your spouse can help with the kids, but it can be done with your kids at home, especially if they are old enough to help. Now, part of serving your family is teaching them to become responsible adults. That does not mean doing everything for them. Everyone can help in their own way. Make things easier on yourself by preparing crock pot meals for those 2 days so you don't have to worry about preparing a meal. Now, we may get to this in a minute, but she says before you have the couple of days set aside on your calendar to have a complete home reset, she says there are some prep work that needs to be done. And she talks about, putting in a load of laundry and getting all of your laundry ready to work on while you're resetting your home. You're also going to still keep up with your laundry. And she talks about how while you're doing the home reset and doing your laundry, to just take the stuff out of the dryer and lay it flat in piles according to who it belongs to. So everything's going to be in one pile for each family member, but it's going to be laid flat, so I guess that it doesn't wrinkle. That's my understanding of what she was talking about. All right, so she says make sure you have all your meals taken care of for the next couple of days, whether it's crock pot, sandwiches, whatever it is, but to make plans the night before so that nothing distracts you from your process. And I think I've talked about this before with Abby Lawson. Abby Lawson uses the same procedure for decluttering her entire home in a weekend where she only spends the time decluttering. She doesn't spend it all as also, she doesn't spend it cleaning. And in this case, Kayse's decluttering is basically just taking all the visual clutter and putting it away. She's not talking about getting rid of clutter by donating and throwing out. She's just talking about the visual clutter so that her house can get back to tidy. She says the night before, break down the rooms of your house into surface areas. Reorganize that list in order of priority. And Abby Lawson does the same thing. The main focus of your decluttering for the weekend or reset for the weekend is the things that are driving you crazy the most. Or if you're super, super overwhelmed, you may start with the small details, the small areas that need to be decluttered, like that utility drawer. Some people call it a junk drawer. But figure out what order and what priorities that you want to cover in the 2 days. What's most important to you? So grab, and then she says, reorganize that list in order of priority. Grab the items that will help you sort as you clean. Look over the checklist for the next day. And on her, she has a checklist that she uses. And we're not going to get into that today, but I will leave links to her website. And I'm not sure, if she sells these lists. I'm not sure, what this checklist looks like, but you can check her out later. Kayse Pratt. Now, the goal of day 1 is to clear the clutter. Start by putting in a load of laundry. Choose your starting room and location for your sorting piles. Then begin clearing one surface at a time. Return only the most essential things to the surface. Now, that's how I declutter. I usually, and I did this yesterday. I went into my kitchen and I took everything off of the countertops and gave it a good wipe down, and then only put back what I wanted to stay on the countertop. And my husband came in and he was like, oh, wow, this looks nice. We have been sick, so it was extra cluttered because we had been sick. And so I not only just did the dishes when I was sick, I now have cleaned everything in the kitchen, which I didn't have the energy to do when I was sick. So I just took care of the basics by getting the dishes washed every day. And I did wipe down the countertops, but I didn't move everything and do a deep down clean. I had to do the basics, because we were sick. Clear off all your flat surfaces. I tend to put all the things from the flat surfaces in a basket and then go through the basket and declutter. But what she does is then begin clearing one surface at a time. Return only the most essential things to the surface. Deal with each pile one at a time. Give each family their own pile to put away while you work on the other piles. Repeat the process for each surface in the space. So her focus is flat surfaces. On day 2, deal with the problem areas. List them in order with the worst area first. Next, map out your space and think how you can use it better. You may decide it would be better repurposed and used differently. Be selective with what you return to the space and repeat the process for all other problem areas. All right, those are just her ideas in a nutshell, but she's also talked about how she had a closet that she never used and she didn't have a pantry, so she took that closet, and relocated what little things that were in it, and she thought it would work better as a pantry. I'm assuming it must have been near the kitchen and it just would work better for her since she did not have a pantry. So she went and she put shelves in that closet and now uses it for a pantry. I wish I had that. I do not have a pantry, but the closest closet is in the first restroom, and I'm not about to use my restroom closet as a pantry, even though it only holds guest towels now and some toiletries. But if you have that option, you can rework things in your home that were made for one reason and you need to use it for another reason, and it works out really well to repurpose it for that solution. All right, guys, I love her ideas. Like I said, Kayse Pratt and Abby Lawson, I've read their information on, and they have a lot of similarities. And usually, yeah, that's how I tackle a space. I don't usually take a whole 2 days to reset my home. My home pretty much stays tidy. You know, there are things that get out of place because I have a husband that doesn't tend to put things up, so I have to go behind him and put things away. But I have a basket about this big and this tall. I don't use a laundry basket in the living room, but I have a basket and I just throw everything in the basket, and he has to go and put up his items. And if I have company coming over, I'll go through the basket and kind of sort it. The stuff that I took out of the kitchen, I still have in a basket right now. It's a wooden laundry basket, and I just need to figure out whether this stuff needs to be donated or thrown in the trash, or if I need to, there's a little picture frame, whether I need to go hang it on the wall somewhere, see where I want to put that, or if I want to get rid of it, if I'm ready to get rid of it. I don't think I am. But the rooms for me that really get out of hand is my craft room. My craft room is just needs tidying right now, but there have been times that it has been such a mess that I've had to take everything out and put it in the hallway and then just deal with one little item at a time. But usually I take that time to move furniture around and redecorate as well. So that may take a whole weekend. And a garage. Now, a garage will take you more than just one weekend. One, because here where I live, it is super, super hot. So you have to take lots and lots of water breaks. But I will be showing my garage off really, really soon because I have gotten it organized. I just have a few items that someone wants and paid for and just needs to come and pick up. And so that I cannot wait to reveal my garage to you. It's been organized for a while now, but because it still has those items that need to be taken out of my garage by someone else, I don't want to take a picture of it and videotape it and tell you what I've done and explain everything until all of that is out. And I think that's all I have to share with you today. Let me think. But, a laundry basket is really great for going into a space that you want to declutter and dumping everything in that laundry basket so that the room is all reset and all decluttered, and then go through the basket and decide what's trash, what's donate, and what's give to a friend, or what needs to be put in another space and found a home for. Some of the stuff for me that winds up being clutter is things that I don't have a home for. I just don't have a home for. So that is all I'm going to share with you today. This is kind of a short one today, but I will see you on the next podcast. Talk to you later.